Hi, good morning, and I'm back on here because I was looking up black magic is real. Black magic is real, and I know I'm always talking about it, or I'm trying to tell you how to protect yourself, but black magic has been around for years, for centuries, from the beginning of time. So I looked it up. So I'm gonna just go with two articles here. So I'm going with Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, and then another one is called encyclopedia.com. I am gonna put the links in the description box so you could check it out. I know there's sunlight. I don't have shades in my place, so it's like the sun is just hitting, you know. But I am on my computer. And I'm just gonna go straight in. The links will be in the description box, so you can tap on any link. It's gonna be highlighted in blue, I think. So you just tap on any link and it's gonna take you straight into the Wikipedia. It's gonna take you straight into the site. This is not me saying it to you. Like, I do research. I look it up. Like, you tell me something, I'm gonna look it up to make sure like this is what is what. But let's go. Black magic. Dark magic redirects here. For other uses, see dark magic, disambiguation, and black magic. Disambiguation. This article cites its sources but does not provide page references. You can help to improve it by introducing citations that are more precise and providing page numbers for existing citations. They wrote that December 2022. It's a little paragraph. Black magic, also known as dark magic, has traditionally referred to the use of supernatural powers or magic for evil and selfish purposes. So people that do black magic is because they have a selfish reason. They have a reason why they want to do a love spell on you. Love spells are black magic. Like, you can't say, oh, it's loving it, oh, they love me, because no, they doing a love spell. That's black magic. It's taking your will away and forcing you to feel feelings that are not there. It's not real. You have to pay attention. Love spells are black magic. Specifically, the 7 magical arts prohibited by canon law are, as expounded by Jones Hartlib in 1456, the year 1456. That's years ago. Like, people haven't been just doing this now. They've been doing this shit for centuries. Okay. In 1597, King James VI and the first published a treatise. What? A demonology. A philosophical dissertation describing the contemporary necromancy and the historical relationships. This is all magic. Like, they made books about magic, like just talking straight magic. Between the various methods of divination used in black magic, this book is believed to be one of the main sources used by William Shakespeare in the production of Macbeth. So that's centuries ago. That's years ago, back in Shakespeare's time. During his period of scholarship, A.E. Waite, those are the tarot cards. The tarot cards are made by A.E. Waite. Like, yo, I have all my tarot cards are like right here. And some of them are by A.E. Waite. Provided a comprehensive account of black magic practices, rituals, and traditions in Book of Ceremonial Magic. The 7 arts prohibit of black magic. Wow. They have 7 types of magic that are prohibited. Necromancy is the first one. Geomancy, hydromancy. Hydromancy must be water. Hydro is water. AEROMANCY, PHYROMANCY, CHIROMANCY, and SCAPULIMANCY. The division between the 4 elemental disciplines, geomancy, hydromancy, AEROMANCY, and pyromancy, is somewhat contrived. Chiromancy is the divination from subjects' palms as practiced by the Romani. At the time, recently arrived in Europe. So chiromancy is like palm readers. And scapulumancy is a divination from animal bones, in particular shoulder blades, as practiced in peasant superstition. I'm so superstitious, but you see how they call it peasants. Like this is like the lowest, this is like low, like peasants, like you know, superstition. Necromancy contrasts with this scholarly high magic derived from high medieval grimoires such as the Pictrix of Liber Racialis. This goes back to Roman times. This goes back years, the 1400s, 1500s. And people always documented things in writing. They kept journals, and they would call the journals grimoires. They'll call their book of spells the book of shadows. You know, that's where the name comes from. You know, you writing your stories down. You're writing everything down. Like I write everything down. Like even now, people that do divination are told to write things down. You have to write it down with the date, the time that you're getting your message, or you're getting whatever it is. You have to write it down. Keep a record of it. So it does go into each one. Necromancy. Practitioners of necromancy or demonic magic in the late Middle Ages, like in the late Middle Ages, this is years years ago, usually belonged to the educated elite. So it was the rich people, as the contents of most grimoires were written in Latin. Demonic magic was usually performed in groups surrounding a spiritual leader in possession of necromantic books. One such case in 1444, Inquisitor Gaspar Cicaselli took action against a group active in Bologna, Marco Matetti, in Gesso, and Far Jacopo of, this is places, locations. It must be in Italy. That's why the pronunciation, I'm not that great with that. Jacopo of Viterbo confessed to taking part in magical practices. So people have been playing in magic for a long period of time. And it's like, you know, we have to wake up. You have to wake up and realize, like, this is what people are doing, so that you can be able to protect yourself, because this is what it is. Like this is what it is, and you need to pay attention to this shit. Necromancy. Oh, I did necromancy. Geomancy. The art of geomancy was one of the more popular forms of magic that people practiced during the Renaissance period. So you see how long ago that is, the Renaissance period. Geomancy was a form of divination where a person would cast sand, stone, or dirt on the ground and read the shapes. The geomantic figures would tell them anything based on geomancy charts that were used to read from the shape. So that, like when I was dealing with the Babalaos in Nigeria, they would have sand in the circle thing, and they would read the sands, or they would mark on it. They would do whatever they're doing, but it's all a form of black magic. It's black magic. You know, they say, oh, this is from God, and no, it's black magic. You know, that's what they're doing. They're doing straight black magic, and they're hiding it, saying it's from God. Hydromancy. Geomancy is dirt, sand, stone, you know, reading the shapes within the sand. Hydromancy. Hydromancy is a form of divination using water. I knew it had to do with water because of hydro. So hydro, the scientific term for water is like hydro, H2O, you know, hydromancy is a form of divination using water. It's typically used in scrying. Scrying is when you're staring at it and you can see images in it. Water is used as a medium for scrying to allow the practitioner to see illusionary pictures within it. Hydromancy originated from Babylonia and was popular during Byron's, these are locations, so Byzantine times, whereas in medieval Europe, medieval times, like this is a long time ago, and it was associated with witchcraft. So when you're trying to scry, like sometimes we'll take a crystal ball and you're scrying with the crystal ball. You'll take a black mirror and you're scrying in the mirror to see images in the mirror. It's associated with witchcraft. AEROMANCY. AEROMANCY is a divination consisted in tossing sand, dirt, or seeds into the air and studying and interpreting the patterns of the dust cloud or the settling of the seeds. This also includes divination coming from thunder, comets, falling stars, and the shapes of the clouds. That's why I say, like, pay attention to the weather, the cloud. Everything has a meaning. It has a meaning. Pay attention. Pay attention. So, AEROMANCY is the divination of tossing dirt, sand into the air, studying how the shape of the clouds, studying how the seeds would fall. Because I remember Joselito, he would do the crowley shells. And he's blind, but he would throw the shells and he would read the shells. He would read the shells for me. And he would tell me, like, what's going to happen, like, what's my future. That was his form of divination. Pyromancy. Pyromancy is the art of divination which consisted of signs and patterns from flames. Pyromaniac. It's fire. You like fire. So it's studying the patterns from flames. Pyromancy. Studying the patterns from flames. That's how, like, reading the flames of the candle when it's burning. There are many variations of pyromancy depending on the material thrown into the fire. And it is also used for sacrifices to the gods, and that the deity is present within the flames, with priests interpreting the omens conveyed. Wow, this is Wikipedia. This where I'm getting this information is from Wikipedia, okay? Next one, chiromancy. Chiromancy is a form of divination based on reading palms and based on intuitions and symbolism, with some symbols tying into astrology. A line from a person's hand that resembles a square is considered a bad omen. Oh my God. So, like, look, you could Google this shit. I don't got no squares. No bad omens over here. I just have a long life. Whereas a triangle would be a good omen. This idea comes from the trine and the square aspect of the astrological aspects. So if you have a square, it's considered a bad omen if you have a square in your palm. Whereas a triangle in your palm would be a good omen. This idea comes from the trine and square aspect in the astrological aspects. But like, okay. This is scapulimancy. Scapulimancy was a form of scalpel. So it's like you're cutting something. Like, what are they doing? Scapulimancy was a form of divination using an animal's scapula. Scapula? The scapula would be broken, and based on how it was broken, it could be used to read the future. It was generally broken by heating it with hot coals until it broke. The scapula, I don't know what that is. It's a part of an animal. And I guess the way the fire, when it's on the fire and the way it breaks, is how you would read the future. I'm gonna just make this into one video, and then I'll go back into the other video, because all this information, I'm getting it from Wikipedia. I'm getting it from one article. And this is saying it has always been around. It goes back to the 1400s, 1500s, medieval times. People did black magic in cults, in groups. You know, that's what they do now. And then they hide it and pretend that they're praying to God and they're doing devil worship. They're doing black magic. Like, this is evil. This stuff is evil. And you need to know that this is real. This is real. This exists. This is what people do. This is what people do, and they hide it. They hide it and pretend to pray to God. And they're sitting there and they're causing harm onto others, saying, oh, it's God. Like, no, it's you. This is like, oh my God. But, you know, it's good to be aware of what the hell is going on. So, the history. The main articles in this is the medieval European magic, Renaissance magic, and ceremonial magic. The ceremonial magic is like in groups of people. And it's a ceremony. Like, you need all of them there to do that, to do it, you know, because it's a ceremony. Like its counterpart, white magic, the origins of black magic can be traced to the primitive ritualistic workshops of spirits as outlined in Robert M. Place 2009 book, Magic and Alchemy. Unlike white magic, in which Place seems parallel with primitive shamanistic efforts to achieve closeness with spiritual beings, the rituals that developed into modern black magic were designed to invoke these same spirits to produce beneficial outcomes for the practitioner. Place also provides a broad modern definition of both black and white magic, preferring instead to refer to them as high magic, which is white magic, and low magic, which is black magic. Like, black magic is the lowest of the low. It's the lowest form of magic you can ever do. When you're doing white magic, it's like you have to be in a high vibration to do white magic, to just protect yourself, because white magic is usually for protection. Like, you would never harm another person, because once you cause harm, it's black magic. You know, once you take a person's will away, it's black magic. Once you're doing anything to affect another person's mind, it's black magic. You know, it's history. It's in books, but people don't read. So that's why I'm on here, and I'm gonna include the link in the description box. Low magic, which is black magic, based on primarily on intentions of the practitioner employing them. It's like the practitioner wants an outcome, so they're going to do black magic so they can get what they want. White magic is not like that. He acknowledges, though, that this broader definition of high and low suffers from prejudices because good intended folk magic may be considered low, while ceremonial magic involving expensive or exclusive components may be considered by some high magic regardless of intent. So you see, like, when you're going to the babalaos and you would have to buy the goats or buy this and buy that, and it's like, oh, it means more because you're spending all this money to get this act done, you know. So, and then it's like, you know, it doesn't mean that it's good, that you're doing something good because you're spending money on it, or it's expensive. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive for you to do good magic or good things. You know, it takes time. It doesn't happen right away. It takes time, and you have to have your faith in God. Like, God is everything. God is the one that gives you what you want. Back to this article. During the Renaissance, many magical practices and rituals were considered evil or irreligious, and by the extension, black magic in the broad sense. So irreligious, that means that it wasn't religious, that it was evil. Witchcraft and non-mainstream esoteric study were published and targeted by the Inquisition. As a result, natural magic developed. That's, you use the earth, you use natural things as a way for thinkers and intellectuals like Marsilio Ficino, Abbot Joannes, these are names, to advance esoteric and ritualistic study through still often in secret without significant persecution. So because you're using nature, using natural things, it's like it's not bad, it's okay. So they wouldn't be persecuted as bad as someone doing black magic. While natural magic became popular among the educated and upper classes of the 16th and 17th century, ritualistic magic and folk magic remained subject to persecution. 20th century writer Montague Summers generally rejects the definitions of white and black magic as contradictory, black, and cites William Perkins' posthumous 1608 instructions in that regard. All witches convicted by the magistrate should be executed. Oh my God. He allows no exception. No exception. Like, you off with their heads. Like, it's like how with all the witches. And under this condemnation fall all diviners, the charmers, the jugglers, all wizards, commonly called wise men or women, all those ported good witches which do not hurt but good, which do not spoil and destroy but save and deliver, should come under the extreme sentence. So, and then it's like it became such a problem. People always did black magic, and it was such a problem that people were scared of anyone that did any form of divination. You did any form of it, then people were just scared of you. They outcasted you, they blacklisted you, they wanted you dead because you could be doing good for others, but they was like, this is evil, like, you know, they were like, hell with all of them. Wow. This was in 1608. In particular, though, the term was commonly reserved for those accused of invoking demons and other evil spirits, those hexing or cursing their neighbors, those using magic to destroy crops, and those capable of leaving their earthly bodies and traveling great distances in spirit, to which the malus maleficarum, I think that word was in the Harry Potter movie, devotes one long and important chapter, usually to engage in devil worship. Summers also highlights the etymological development of the term necromancer in common use from 1200 to approximately 1500. Wow. I don't even like saying this word. It's just Latin. It says Niger. I'm going to say Niger. Black, Greek, divination, broadly one skilled in the black arts. It's like you're skilled in the black arts, so they would have a certain name for you. In modern context, the line between white magic and black magic is somewhat clearer, and most modern definitions focus on intent rather than practice. Like, what are your intentions, you know? There's also an extent to which many modern Wicca and witchcraft practitioners have sought to distance themselves from those intent on practicing black magic. Like, people don't want to deal with them. They don't want nothing to do with them, because it's like when you're doing black magic, bad things happen to you. Those who seek to do harm or evil are less likely to be accepted into mainstream Wiccan circles or covens, an era where benevolent, that's good magic, is increasingly associated with New Age beliefs and practices, and self-help, spiritualism. So self-help, that's meditation, that's breathing, that's all these things. And in Western religions, the links and interaction between black magic and religion are also are no and religion are many and varied. Beyond black magic's historical persecution by Christianity and its inquisitions, there are links between religious and black magic rituals. See, so people in the church do this shit too. Like, I knew it. Like, I knew it. For example, 17th century priest Etienne Gilberg is said to have performed a series of black mass rituals which allege witch Catherine Montvoisin for Madame de Mauspan. Wow. The influence of popular culture has allowed other practices to be drawn in under the broad banner of black magic, including the concept of Satanism. While the invocation of demons or spirits is an accepted part of black magic, this practice is distinct from the worship or deification of such spiritual beings. The two are usually combined in medieval beliefs about witchcraft. You know, that's why people are so scared of magic, because of black magic. Black magic is evil and people are scared of it because black magic, all it does is harm. That's all black magic does, is harm people. It hurts people. It's evil. But people do it. They believe in it. They think that they're doing God's work. And it's like, you're not. That's not God's work. It's evil. Let me read this shit. Those lines continue to be blurred by the inclusion of spirit rituals from otherwise white magicians and complications of work related to Satanism. John Dee's 16th century rituals, for example, were included in Anton LaVey's The Satanic Bible. That was written in 1969. That wasn't that long ago. That wasn't that long ago. That was like 50 years ago, because I was born 1979. So that's 10 years before I was born. Wow. And some of his contact spirits in general and angels in particular, which he claimed to have been able to do with the assistance of colleagues Edward Kelly. LaVey's Bible, however, is a complete contradiction of Dee's intentions, but offers the same rituals as a means of contact with evil spirits and demons. LaVey's Church of Satan officially denies the efficacy of occult ritual, but affirms the subjective psychological value of ritual practice, drawing a clear distinction in between. So it has a lot of links. It has a lot of links in this article, and it has the name, it has the books. Like, you could tap into these books and see what the hell is what? Yo, like, you could tap into it. That's if you want to know. Like, I don't want to know about this shit. I'm just saying, like, this has been around since the Renaissance time, medieval times. Like, people doing black magic, like, this isn't new. This has always been around, and it's like, you need to pay attention to this shit, because this is what people do. They hide it. They act like, oh, it's God and it's this and it. No, God would never associate with any kind of things like this. I'm reading it and I'm looking it up because I want to know, because I'm always talking about how to protect yourself, how to return the sender. Like, you know, these people wishing you harm and wanting the worst for you. It's like, you don't have to accept that. You don't have to, like, they want this to be your fate, this to be your destiny. They want you to die. Like, how the fuck you gonna wish this for me? Like, are you know what, you send it back. You send that energy right back to whoever sent it, and then whoever is doing this evil shit, like, their life is gonna be messed up. It's just gonna be so bad. It's gonna be bad for them, you know. And I'm reading this article is to bring awareness to it. This has been going on for a long period of time. They have books on this. This has been in Rome, in Italy. This is all over the world. everybody all over the world, they do this shit. They do this shit and they hide it because the people were persecuted. You know, even if you did good work, you know, people were scared of the good work. Like, they thought that it was still evil because they know what black magic is. They know it's causing harm. And you're hurting people. You are hurting people purposely. And it's so evil. And then it just made people scared of all forms of magic. My God. Voodoo. Here we go. Main articles. Louisiana voodoo. Haitian voodoo. Voodoo has been associated with modern black magic, drawn together in popular culture and fiction. However, while hexing or cursing may be accepted, black magic practices, because when you're cursing or you're hexing a person, that is black magic. It's black magic. Voodoo has its own distinct history and traditions. Voodoo tradition makes its own distinction between black and white magic, with sorcerers like the Bokor, B-O-K-O-R, known for using magic and rituals of both. But their penchant for magic associated with curses, poisons, and zombies means they, and the voodoo in general, are regularly associated with black magic in particular. Curses, poisons. That's why I don't eat people's food. It's like, you just don't know. You don't know, like, what a person is capable of. You don't know, like, if they will put something in your food, in your drink. Like, you don't know. You don't know. And you need to be mindful of this shit. This is some shit. And it's like, oh my God. I'm gonna just read this last little bit. In popular culture, concepts related to black magic or described as black magic are regular features of books, films, and other popular culture. Examples. Oh my God. The Devil Rides Out from 1934. It's a novel by Dennis Wheatley, made into a famous film by Hammer Studios in 1968. This is not even 100 years ago. This is relevant. Rosemary's Baby. You remember that movie, Rosemary's Baby? 1968, a horror novel in which black magic is the central theme. The Craft. You remember The Craft? I love that movie, The Craft, because it was with magic. It was a 1996. 1996. I was a teenager. A horror film featuring 4 friends who became involved in white magic but turned into black magic rituals for personal gain. You know, black magic is selfish. When you're doing black magic, it's usually for a selfish reason. The Craft, the movie The Craft. And then Harry Potter, like everyone's heard of Harry Potter, the book series. It was from 1997 through 2007. Black magic spells and curses are referred to as the dark arts, against which students are taught to defend themselves, made into a film series 2001 through 2011. That's what I do. I'm just trying to like show ways on how to protect yourself from this shit, because this is some shit, like, and it really happens. Like, this is what people do. People really do this shit. That's why these movies are made. That's why these books are written. It's because this is what people do. And I don't understand, like, why people don't wake up to this shit. Like, just pay attention. Oh my God. Okay, let me stop. Sherlock Holmes, 2009. The first of the 3 Sherlock Holmes films directed by Guy Ritchie. Includes elements of black magic, although they are later discovered to be false. In the 2022, that was last year, Russian invasion of Ukraine, Russian state media claimed that Ukraine was using black magic to fend off the Russian military, specifically accusing Oleksiy Arskovich in enlisting sorcerers and witches, as well as Ukrainian soldiers, of consecrating weapons with blood magic. You know, and this is all like actual factual things. Like, this is stuff that people do. People do this shit. They really do this. And they make movies about it. And then they make movies and they call it fiction and they make you think it's make-believe. Like, no, people really do this shit. They really do this shit. See also Dakini, a female demon or witch in Hinduism. Demonology. Demonology is the study of demons or beliefs about demons. Filipino witches, users of black magic in Philippine folklore. Gray magic. Magic that is neither for specifically beneficial or hostile reasons. So it's a mix of white and black. So it's gray. It's a gray area. Goo. Goo. G-U. Venom-based poison associated with cultures in South China, particularly Nanui. Nanui. N-A-N-Y-U-E. Magical organization. Organization for the practice of magic. Maleficium. Malevolent, dangerous, or harmful magic. Sior. Old Norse term for a type of shamanistic sorcery. And the next one, sexuality in Christian demonology. Incubus and succubus. Those are people that take your energy. They suck your energy. The incubus is the man. A succubus is the woman, or is vice versa. I don't know. I don't deal with people like this. Like, I stay away from, you got low energy, low vibration, I don't fuck with you. I don't even speak to you. That's just how I keep it, so that I can protect myself from lower energies like this. Like, I don't even let people touch me. Like, no. I've been celibate for 3 years, since 2019. I was like, I don't want nobody around me that has any kind of negative energy. I don't want nothing attached to me. I don't like nobody to touch me. Like, no, just stay with him. Stay with you. And I could talk to you like that, but don't get too close. That is it. I am running my mouth here. But this article, this is just Wikipedia. Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Oh my God. Like, I'm going to put this in the description box. I'm going to put this link in the description box. It has a lot of links in the article. So tap on the Wikipedia link. It's going to be in the description box. Read it. Check it out. You're going to find a whole bunch of other things. You're going to be like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? Like, oh my God. Always leave with love. I just wanted you to know. I just wanted you to know, because I'm always talking about black magic. I'm like, black magic is real. People really do this shit. Like, people really do this shit. Like, this is from 1444, from 15. Like, this goes back Shakespeare's time. They have movies that just came out last year, 2022. That Russian invasion with Ukraine and black magic, and they were using blood magic on the fucking weapons. And I'm like, what? Like, this is real. This is what people do. Be with love. Tap on the link. Stay positive. Stay positive. Vibe high. Clear your energy. Clear your space. Do your return asunders. Like, do your return asunders. Like, just right on there, return asunder. Like, return all that negative energy out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want this shit. Out of here. Out. Get out. Bye.